I'd like to begin with a fact. Whether in a small town like McMillion in the Rio Grande, or in Chicago, New York, or Los Angeles, it is business. Big business.
Had 150 arrests of Venezuelans since January. They come in and organized shoplifting. Venezuelans and other illegals that are going to destroy America. All these different crazy things that are intertwined, including the invasion of America. The Democrats are trying to destroy our children, destroy our country.
I agree. Hi, and welcome to Ignite Voices. We have a repeat guest, Terry Newsome, here today, and he contacted me earlier this month, and he has some information that I thought we needed to share with our audience. So, Terry Newsome, tell them a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into the story.
Sure, I'm a father from the suburbs of Chicago, got into this stuff because of the pornography. And then there's all these different crazy things that are intertwined, including the invasion of America. The Democrats are trying to destroy our children, destroy our country.
I agree.
So I started tracking the Venezuelans that are being dumped off in my train station. And then they would take the train to the inner city because Brandon Johnson would not allow the buses to go into Chicago. So they just dump hundreds of buses.
Wow.
And they take the train. And so
ridiculous.
as I started going to some of these shelters, and I noticed they had metal detectors and wands. So we're being told that these people commit less crimes than Americans, right? Oh, they commit less crimes than you.
What they say.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, why do they got metal detectors and wands? So I ran FOIA reports of 3 different locations of 30. I have close to 1,000 police reports.
Wow, that's amazing that you were able to get that.
And one of the centers has evidence of human sex trafficking it's a Vortex phone. The Vortex phone is the old Obama phone. So if you look it up, it started under Obama, and they would give it to low-income families. They're giving it to all these Venezuelans. Some of them are walking around with 2 phones in their hands.
I've seen that on the news, yeah.
That Vortex phone was using WhatsApp, and they were doing sex transactions. The police said they saw 10 of them in there. They talked about the website it was going to, the images that were in there. Another police incident showed that a 11-year-old girl was being groomed inside the centers. And then Ben Berkwam and he came to Chicago. I took him to the Pilsen Center. We caught a drug transaction in place, and they got out.
And this is what they're just letting come over the border right now. They're just opening it up. Welcome to this.
Yeah, they confronted us. We were lucky we didn't get shot. And then I have images of the Tren de la Agua gang flashing their gang signs. As soon as they get off the bus by my house from Mexico, the first thing they do, they flash their gang signs.
And they're proud of it because what's gonna happen to them, right?
Yeah, we had. I live in a western suburb, high-end suburb. Our mall had 150 arrests of Venezuelans since January. They come in and organize shoplifting. Yeah, organized shoplifting, and then they get caught, and they some of them are caught 5 times.
The economy, and it starts impacting local businesses.
Yeah, and then another case, I brought a Hispanic friend of mine that speaks Spanish, and we talked to 2 Venezuelan guys. I had him translate for me. I said, "Is Catholic Charities helping you here?" And they go, "Yes." I said, "Catholic Charities help you at the border?" They said, "Yes." I go, "Did you have to come through the cartels to get to the United States?" They said, "Yes." So basically, I'm a Catholic, right? Catholic Charities is the distribution arm, logistics and distribution arm of the cartels. Not for drugs, but for Venezuelans and other illegals that are going to destroy America.
Well, if we don't do something about it, if we don't get a president like Trump who's going to come and secure our borders, if we remain with the same administration, where could we be? This is just, this last year has been exponential as I'm following the numbers of the immigrants or the unlawful entries that have come into, and it is unlawful entries that have come into our country is overwhelming. It's exponential.
Yeah.
And the records are showing you're talking about police records. We're seeing them go into, it was a school, I believe, that I seen recently where the kids were taken out so that the immigrants can, go in there, illegal immigrants can go in there. And they're literally displacing students who have a legal right to be educated, and they're being pushed out by illegals to take up their space of education.
Yeah, they took over many park district centers in Chicago. They call them field houses. And the citizens are, especially the minorities, Hispanic and African Americans, are upset. I hosted Tom Holman in Chicago and Sarah Carter, and we had a panel of minorities all voting Trump. They're all angry, and then we just
They're
spend
waking up.
yeah, we spent another $1 billion. There's $3 billion total in Chicago, and we got people living on the streets. I go talk to living in tents and stuff.
Yeah. And we have to understand that this is not a do-good thing that the administration is doing. It's actually to bust people in to vote for him, because he knows people with a mind and who are actually concerned about our country are not going to vote for the open borders. And for those who are uneducated, maybe they were just, maybe in the goodness of their heart, they were like, oh, we want to help these people. They're starting to wake up, because when it comes into their society, when it comes into their kids' school system, then they can't hide from the fact that this administration isn't doing it for our good, because if they would, they wouldn't be taking away our people's jobs, our citizens' education, our citizens' health care, and giving it to other people. And really, they're letting them in so that they could spin the vote. But it's ridiculous.
Yeah, this isn't a Republican issue. It's not a Democratic issue. It's not a black, Hispanic,
it's a red, white, and blue.
It's American.
Yeah,
it's an American issue, and we're going to be destroyed. I mean, those are enemies that are within all these organizations and these gang members. And think about it, there's probably a lot of families where the husband and the children come over, and the guy really wants to try to do well, right? But he has to pay the cartels off. What if he doesn't get a job? That guy might be forced to do things he didn't have the intention on doing when he came to America, right?
I'm really hoping, Ignite Voices, we exist so that we can shift the culture's narrative, and we're not going to tell people what to do. We just want to educate you on what's really going on. And what's really going on is people are coming over the border, and they are bringing drugs, they are bringing sex trafficking, they are taking up schools, they are taking up high-end hotels.
Yes.
They're residing in high-end hotels, and they're being treated, better than some of the people who are really in the line for poverty and who need help, and not necessarily just a handout, but they need assistance. Now the assistance for those who actually say somebody lost their job, maybe a death in the family, something happened, they didn't have a safety net, they should be able to look to, these services that were supposed to be for them are now missing. And like you said, especially in the minority communities, they are starting to understand that everything's being stolen from them. Their services are being stolen from them. And so I hope you guys just understand today that this is not about a friendly issue, and we're just being kind, letting them know there is an agenda. They want them to come in not for a good purpose, but to literally get a vote. They could care less about our nation. They could care less. The administration could care less about us. They just want money. They want to keep their positions, and they want to bring people in that will vote for them, because they know people with their right mind are not going to stand up for it.
Yeah, July 1st, Pritzker, governor of Illinois, now they get regular driver's license like us. They can't even ask them if they're illegal. They used to have different backgrounds. They could win. So they're going to do the 2030 census, and they're going to count all these illegals, and they're going to have extra congressional seats, right? That's how, even if they don't vote illegally, they're going to have so many illegals that are being counted as citizens.
It's frustrating.
And we're going to be in trouble.
So I hope you guys understand the severity of the situation and get out and vote. If you've never voted before, please consider registering, because our nation needs the votes of the citizens, not the illegals who are coming in to steal things from us. I'm EmmaSara. We have Terry Newsome here. Thank you for watching Ignite Voices, and thank you, Terry.
Thanks. You can see me at Terry Newsome 357 on X. I got my link tree in there.
Absolutely.
Terry Newsome 357.
Check him out. Follow, subscribe. Thank you so much. And remember, y'all, go out and
y'all been waiting on some fire from me for a while. So without further ado, I give you fervent heat. Yeah, let's go. Oh my.